Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to make another project using the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. I've taken my inspiration from the catalogue. As you can see, there's a lovely layout in here that shows lots of different ways that you can use the paper, and I like this paper here. So I thought I might make something with that. However, when I look at the paper, that's that side, and it's got these on this side, the swallows, and I thought that was pretty good too. So anyway, let's get on. We're going to make a little mini bag. Now this piece of Designer Series paper is cut at 9.5 by 4 inches, so that means you're going to get 3 of these little bags from one sheet of Designer Series paper. And if, like me, you do craft fairs, or even if you've got lots of people you want to give gifts to, that could be a real bargain, couldn't it? So I've scored this Designer Series paper at 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 5 inches and 6, and then turned it and scored it at 1 inch. Now, just like you do when you're making a box, we need to cut up some flaps. So I prefer to do it before I do the folding and burnishing. So I'm cutting up the lines, the score lines, to the horizontal. I'm doing that all the way along. And then on this one, this end, we're going to cut this little piece, this little rectangle piece away. We don't need that. There we go. So when you've finished, it'll look like that. Can you see? I've got 2 big flaps and 2 little flaps. Let me just put my snips away because I probably don't need those again. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and burnish. Oh, I need to decide which way round I'm going to do it. I do like that side, but I like that side. I'm going to make it in this side. I can always make another one in this, with this side on the outside. So I'm just burnishing it with my fingers actually. It's Designer Series paper, so it will stay in place. Okay. Now, when you're doing this the bigger bits, make sure you line up the top. You need them to be on the straight and not go on the wonk. Right, now we're ready to make our bag. So I need to put some glue on here. Let's get some liquid glue. Now you could use tearing tape if you prefer. Just put a little bit on there. And then I'm going to fold that over to that crease line, like so. Now we're going to make the bottom of our box. So there's the back, the seam that I just made. So I want that to be at the back. So I'm going to put these 2 flaps in, and I always like to put a little bit of glue on my little flaps. I find it just makes it a bit sturdier, that's all. And then this flap is going to come over. So fold that over and make sure your box bottom is nice and straight. I can just get my fingers in there. Let me use my snips to make sure those flaps are nicely glued down. They are. Good. Now, what I want to do is I don't want to leave it like that. I mean, I could, but it doesn't really look like a bag, does it? So what I'm going to do is I'm gently pushing in the sides, can you see? Pushing in the sides until they meet, and then I'm just pushing in. I'm not going to go all the way down, and it will make a kind of a triangle at the bottom. There we go. So there we have a little bag. Then I was thinking, I need a handle. So I'm going to use a punch to make a handle. So this is our classic label punch. And I'm feeding in carefully. It can be a bit of a, I'm just going to fold that down a little bit more. This into the punch. Now we don't need to go too far down, fortunately, so it's just about enough give at the bottom there. Now you need to make sure it's in the middle, obviously, and straight. There, what do you think? That looks straight? That looks like it's in the middle. Punch. There we go. We've now got a bag with a handle. Cute. Oh, I'll keep that. I might find a use for it. So, I was thinking decorating. I'm going to put a little lacy bow on the front. Now, I've only got this amount of lace left. I've used so much of it. It is such a nice lace. So I'm going to make a bow using the bunny ears method. Now you might have seen me do this before, but what you do is you take your, whatever it is you're making your bow with, and you make two little ears over your fingers. Did you see? So two little ears, and then you wrap right over left. Now my fingers are a bit stiff this morning. I might have difficulty pulling this. Oh, let me try that again. I'll make the ears bigger. Let's make them really big. There, that's it. The bigger the ears, the bigger the hole is. That's good. Right. And then you just pull it. And can you see? You've got a lovely bow. Now what I want to make sure, obviously, is that the top part of my lace is the same on both ears. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a manipulate until I think I've got the size that I want, and then just pull it really tight, and that will keep it in place. I think that one's a bit big. Okay, let's put it on my bag and just see. Yeah, I think that's about the right size. So I'm going to bring in my snips. Oh, shall I be a bit OCD and count the little, yeah, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, I've made my bow, and that's going to go on there, and I think it would be nice to put a little sentiment here. So I'm just going to use this stamp that just says hello, and I'm going to stamp it in, this is grey granite. Lovely. And then I'm going to punch it out. So, and then what I think I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop this on the back of the bow, and I'll use a glue dot to do that with. So I'm going to make sure my bow's the right way round. I'm going to put a glue dot there, and then I'm going to put that like so. just snip the end of that bit off, I think, because it's just showing more than I would like. And then I'm going to put another glue dot on here. I'm going to put another one sort of halfway down. So, I've got it stuck to my finger. And then I'm going to put that on the front of my bag. There we go, there's our little bag made. I think that's worked out really well. I might put a little pearl or something on the end there. Let me just get my lift me up tool. Oh, it's got a sticky end. Pop that there. There, that's good. Just finishes it off a bit, doesn't it? So there we go, there's our little bag. And it's big enough to actually take a lip balm, but you could probably get some sweets in there as well. Well, I hope you like this. I will do a blog post, and I'll put the link to that blog post down below, and I'll give you all the dimensions of the bag, where the score, and the supplies that I've used as well. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.